All right. Well, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Harris battling over the rules of the upcoming ABC News presidential debate. That is on September 10th, exactly 2 weeks from today. The Harris-Walz campaign pushing for open mics during the debate. Watch.
I think this issue is resolved unless Donald Trump allows his handlers to overrule him. We'll have a fulsome debate between the two candidates with live microphones where both candidates will be able to lay out their vision for where they want to take this country. That is absolutely our preference in this campaign, to have live microphones so that the American people can see both candidates for who they are and hear everything that comes out of their mouths.
Meanwhile, Trump's accusing Harris of trying to back out. Watch this.
We agreed to the same rules. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have it probably on. But the agreement was that it would be the same as it was last time. In that case, it was muted. We agreed to the same rules and same specifications. And I think that's probably what it should be. But they're trying to change it. The truth is they're trying to get out of it because she doesn't want to debate. She's not a good debater. She's not a smart person. She doesn't want to debate.
The Trump campaign also calling out Harris over potential conflicts of interest as she preps for the debate with Google's lead defense attorney. The Biden-Harris administration is currently suing Google over its digital advertising practices, with the trial set to begin September 9th, just 1 day before the debate. Let's bring in Trump 2024 National Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt. Karoline, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you, Cheryl.
Good to see you, too. So can you give us some more color on this debate right now about the mics and where we are this morning?
Yes. Well, let's be very clear. President Trump has no qualms with having mics shut off, has no qualms with having mics turned on. It doesn't not matter to him. However, our campaign and the Harris campaign agreed to the same set of rules that were already determined during the CNN debate with President Trump and Joe Biden. We both agreed to those same set of rules, and now, all of a sudden, as Kamala Harris's advisors begin to prep her for this debate, they're trying to change the goalposts and change the rules to her advantage. One of the rules that they want changed is they want Kamala Harris to have notes during the debate. If Kamala Harris can't debate President Trump without notes, if she cannot defend her record without reading off her messaging talking points that are given to her by her campaign advisors, she certainly can't be trusted to lead this country, to lead the free world. And so they are trying to change the rules to benefit her. President Trump has said he will be there on September 10th. It's up to Kamala Harris to subscribe to the rules that both of our campaigns agreed to and show up for that debate.
Karoline, there have been reports in the mainstream media, the left-wing media, to be clear here, that say that there are those on the campaign, not naming anyone, but those in the campaign that actually want the mics to be shut down because that would be better for President Trump because he did so well in that same scenario against Joe Biden. Can you comment on that?
Well, we are confident that President Trump will do just as well as he did against Joe Biden against this debate with Kamala Harris, too. And as President Trump said yesterday, he's OK with the mics being on. He's OK with the mics being turned off. However, we came to an agreement with the Harris campaign, and it's the Harris campaign who's now trying to shift the goalposts, change the rules at the last minute to protect her. President Trump has proven to be one of the best debaters in modern political history. Kamala Harris is the appointed Democrat nominee because he knocked Joe Biden out of the race with his debate performance previously. He will be ready to go on September 10th, and it's because he actually understands the issues. He has an understanding of his policy plans for the next 4 years. He has a record to stand on as president where he secured the border, unleashed the might of our economy, secured peace throughout this world. Kamala Harris has a dangerously liberal record. She has been a failure as vice president. She's flip-flopping on every single issue that she has ever held, and that's why her campaign is nervous about her getting on that stage without notes. That's why they're trying to change the rules now. It's unacceptable. If she wants to be the leader of the free world, she should be able to debate President Trump without notes. And further, it also is proven by Kamala Harris's refusal to sit down for an interview. It's been 36 days. She hasn't done an interview. Now she's trying to get out of this debate. It's because her people know that she's incapable of defending her record and her failure as vice president.
In these negotiations with the Harris campaign, have you heard that from the campaign specifically, that this could be a deal breaker for them? That's one question to you. The other is, and I just want to clarify here, whether the mics are on or the mics are off, Donald Trump will be at the debate on September 10th.
President Trump will be at the debate because he is unafraid to debate Kamala Harris. You'll have to ask the Harris campaign whether or not they will show up. She should show up. Again, it's been 36 days, no sit-down interview, and now they're trying to change the rules. So perhaps they're trying to get out of it, but you'll have to ask them.
All right. Well, all right. Let's move on to the other issue here. He got another major endorsement yesterday from former Democratic presidential candidate, former Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. Watch this.
Whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent, if you love our country, as I do, if you cherish peace and freedom as we do, I invite you to join me in doing all that we can to save our country and elect President Donald J. Trump and send him back to the White House to do the tough work of saving our country and serving the people.
So this is just days after independent president candidate RFK Jr. dropped out of the race through his support, of course, behind Donald Trump. There's a new poll that was taken right after the DNC that showed Harris and Trump neck and neck nationally. Trump did get a boost from RFK's endorsement, Karoline. So what impact do you expect that these two endorsements are going to have on the race? And are there any swing states where you believe these endorsements will be helpful?
Yes, our campaign did put out a memo following RFK Jr.'s endorsement showing that his support does help President Trump in all of the target battleground states. We are also excited to welcome Tulsi Gabbard to the campaign. Both RFK and Tulsi Gabbard are former Democrats who realize that the modern-day Democrat Party under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris has moved so far to the left that they can no longer be part of it. The Democrat Party is the pro-open border policy, the defund the police party. They support war around this world. They support hiking up taxes on the American people. They have created the worst inflation crisis in a generation. And so we are excited about RFK and Tulsi Gabbard joining the campaign. We're also excited about the many millions of former Democrats across this country, voters who are joining President Trump's movement to make this country safe, secure, wealthy, prosperous again. And they will continue to, RFK and Tulsi will continue to hit the campaign trail with us over the next several days.
Real quick, Karoline, before you go, are there any other high-profile, big-name Democrats that you expect that are going to come out and pledge their support to Donald Trump?
Well, I won't make news on the show on that front this morning. However, people should stay tuned. President Trump is building the most diverse political movement this country has ever seen, and we welcome all Americans from all backgrounds with different viewpoints to our campaign, unlike the Democrats who are actually suing RFK Jr. to keep him off of the ballot. That's not true democracy.
Karoline Leavitt, thank you for being here. It's always good to speak with you.